Folks, 5-2, Anders Bjork has arrived. Bjork, baby. Taylor Hall, you can stick it up your hoop. We don't care that you scored tonight. Nobody cares. Literally nobody cares. You were useless here. You'll be useless in Boston. Unbelievable effort by the boys tonight. If you're going to call this team, if you're going to give this team a name after like an 80s or 90s like band or, singing group, absolutely the New Kids on the Block, because these are a bunch of kids and I'm loving every second of this. Oh my God. Like, I know we've we brought like a possible on two goalies. We brought the possibility of maybe retaining Don Granato as a full-time head coach, removing the interim tag. He is put himself at the top of the list as far as coaching candidates are concerned, because you have to imagine that this is probably not going to be made until the offseason. But with the way this team is playing, with what he's gotten out of Casey Mittelstadt, obviously, the reemergence of Rasmus Dahlin, even Colin Miller's playing better. Just all the players are just buying into whatever Don Granato is saying in that locker room, and it is the first time we've seen this team buy into anything a head coach has said. And yet, remember, this is without Jack Eichel too. So this team can only look better. Just imagine. You had another thing too. I want to point out is that for the first time, you have Sam Reinhart playing at center, not for just one game or two games, but for multiple games, and he's playing well. So I think it's hard for any coach, especially if it's Granato, to move him back to wing. And I'm all about that. I am so much more willing to pay Sam Reinhart a large amount of money if he's producing at center at the same rate he's been as a top-line winger with Jack Eichel. Because for me, he's not worth the money at wing on your first line for 55 to 65 points. He's just not worth that money. I want more points out on Jack Eichel's wing for that kind of money. But if you're giving me that point production at center as a second line center, absolutely, I'll pay you that all day, 100%, because that's the one thing this team has lacked terribly is center depth. And right now it is looking phenomenal. Congrats to Dustin Tokarski getting his first win as a Sabre. They announced after the game this is his first win since 2015, where his last win came against Craig Anderson, who was in net tonight, came in net after the goalie change when we chased Vanacek out of the net. This is also under Granato the second time we've chased a starting goalie out of the net. So this is awesome. I feel great for Dustin Tokarski. Great to see the guy get his first win. Just these kids, they're so much fun to watch. In transition, they're so much better. In the neutral zone, that was one of the biggest things for me early in the season, is this team looked terrible in the neutral zone. We were constantly giving up the puck in the neutral zone, and we were allowing teams to gain the neutral zone without any like effort of pushing back. And that's not the case here. We're gaining the neutral zone and we're taking the play to them, which is amazing to see. And it's just a really breath of fresh air. If I will say, we're playing better below the dots on both sides of the ice, in front of our own goalie and in front of their net. You're seeing a lot of goals coming from that area for Buffalo. It's great to see. Olofsson's looked better. Olofsson has looked like a better 5-on-5 player under Don Granato. Like, that's the biggest thing, is these things that we've had so many issues with previous coaching regimes. Granato is finding a way to put these players in successful positions. Casey Mittelstadt finally looks like the top 6 forward we all thought he was. Am I lying? If I'm lying, I'm dying. It's wild. Tage Thompson hasn't pissed me off. Tage Thompson's playing well. So this has just been awesome, an awesome ride. And even though I know this team has no chance at playoffs, like 99.9% no chance at playoffs, I'm excited to watch games. I'm happy to watch games. Like I look forward to watching games again because of what we're seeing out of these players. And again, we said it in the pregame show, the Crossing Swords pregame show, is one of the biggest differences is even when we're down, like we're not out. Before under Kruger, when this team would get down, they would give up on themselves. You would see it on the ice. They would set on their heels. They would let other teams gain the neutral zone with absolutely no pushback at all. It's just been an absolute breath of fresh air to see the fight in these kids and to see these kids push back and not give up on themselves and play hard in the third period of most of all. Like they are battling in the third period, whether they're winning, they're down, whether they're trying to get back in a game or they're protecting a lead or it's the game side. They are battling. They're not scared to take chances and to take risks. Again, and I can't stress enough, like one of the biggest pieces on this team is Rasmus Dahlin, and he looks like that player we drafted again. Shocker. You get rid of the coach who just like completely neutered the best parts about this team, and the best parts about this team are reemerging. And I can't say enough good things about Don Granato. Just this system he has them playing like they're playing like they have nothing to lose because they do have nothing to lose. And I just need to keep seeing this more consistently. And if Granato has this team playing 500 hockey or above 500 hockey, it's very hard to not bring him back as the head coach. It's a tough call. I asked, Steve Dangle from the Steve Dangle podcast up in Toronto yesterday. I was texting him. He said, if Granato gets his team to play not even above 500 hockey, but 500 hockey, do you bring him back? And he said, yeah. And I think I have to agree. Do I want them to still do their due diligence and maybe interview a few people? Yeah. Because it's not often you have these many high-end coaches available for hire. Guys like Claude Julien, Gallant, Bruce Boudreau. It's not often these guys are out there, looking for a job. But I think Granato's at the top of my list right now. Like you're asking these candidates to change your mind about Granato, and right now it's tough for me to do that. And I think the biggest reasons why are, again, they got kids like Casey Mittelstadt finally looking like a top six forward. Tage Thompson looking like he's finally earning the contract you signed him to in the offseason. Even guys like Colin Miller are performing. Yoki Haru looks like a different defenseman. Rasmus Dahlin, again, looks like the defenseman you drafted. People can finally stop calling him a bust because that was getting old. And again, you have to remember, this is without, Jack Eichel. Once Jack's back next season, like if you still have this team playing like this, I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to make the playoffs, but you want to know what? I think it's not out of the realm of possibility. I think they wouldn't push for a playoff spot. Again, I know I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm already thinking of next season. But again, I'm watching these highlights. Rustalainen looks like a guy who should have been here all season. R2 should have been here all season. Asplund makes you question why the hell you ever signed, Cody Eakin to begin with. Because he's doing all the things you wanted Cody Eakin to do, what you signed him to do, and he's doing it better. I think I read that Eakin and Reeder didn't touch the ice the last 12 minutes of that period. Wow, really? Because that should have been happening all season. Nothing against Toby Reeder, but when you're trying to push and get a win, you shorten your bench and you put the players out there that are gonna help give you the best chance to win. And I'm sorry, nothing against Cody Eakin, but he hasn't been doing that for us. He has not been that guy. There's no reason he should be on the ice. It's awesome to see that you have a coach that not even just makes calculated decisions, just makes common sense decisions. It's a breath of fresh air, man. Let me tell you. And now you have Hermanos, coming in as associate GM, heading analytics and player development and scouting. That guy has so much experience between Carolina and Pittsburgh, coming from winning franchises. I think he was there when Carolina won the cup, and obviously he was there a lot during the great years of Pittsburgh, the dynasty years of Pittsburgh. So this is just great. There's so many good news coming out of this team in the last 2 to 3 weeks. And slowly but surely, they're looking like a family. They're sticking up for each other. They have each other's backs. They're playing for one another. And I just cannot wait to see what this team looks like if you still develop these players like Casey Mittelstadt. Hopefully he puts on more size. I've been asking him to do this for years, for 2 years now, put on more size. You got to figure that's another year under Rasmus Dahlin's belt, to be the franchise defenseman. Joker, R2, further developing him. And you bring these kids in this mix, these hungry hockey players, these hungry kids, the new kids on the block, and you bring back in Jack Eichel and Jake McCabe, your captain and one of your assistant captains. And I think you have a legitimate team that could push for a playoff spot next year. I hate getting ahead of myself. I'm doing it again. Thinking about next year. But, I can't help it, man, because, I know it's cliche. There's always next year. But, hey, man, this team has me really looking forward to next year. Like, I want the season to end now so we can just get to the draft, get to free agency, see what they're going to do, and just think about what could be through the expansion and see what the possibilities can hold for this roster. Just go with the youth, man. Go with the youth. Forget Matt Irwin. I like some of the edge that Matt Irwin's played with, as far as from a physical standpoint is concerned. He's not afraid to stick up for his teammates. I mean, granted, he's not the best defensively, but he's playing with some grit and some jam. Give Samuelson a chance, or was it Casey Fitzgerald? Like, give these guys a chance to play here. Why are we wasting our time on Matt Irwin? I'm just so excited. I see all the comments, guys. I swear I'm not ignoring you. I'm just getting everything off my mind here. So much going on. I would like to see Bruce Boudreau as head coach. I wouldn't mind it, man. But, I mean, I think Granato's at the top of your list right now. Absolutely. And, absolutely. Again, I said Dahlin looks like a completely different player. He's an exciting player to watch. Offensively, he's showing the gifts offensively that we saw his first 2 seasons. I don't know offhand what Sam's faceoff percentage is, but again, he's performing very well at center, and I find it hard to take him out of that spot. I know how well he's played in the past with Jack Eichel, but this is the thing about an elite centers, man. Like, they can take average wingers and get goals from them. You don't need elite wingers or even great wingers to play with an elite center. Great, you would rather have it like that, but I would rather have more depth down the middle than anything. Give me the depth down the middle and give me good to great wingers, because I don't need – I would much rather pay Sam Reinhart this offseason to play center for me rather than play wing. I'm more willing to pay him that money up the middle. Again, I'm keeping the Stevie business. If this team keeps playing this way, Granato keeps the job, and he should. I don't disagree. I definitely do not disagree. If UPL gets a shut piece, I will not shave my head. Maybe I'll get my hair cut, but I will not shave my head. I think you should shave your head, personally. Maniac. Cozens is playing like a stud. I love it. Again, he's everything is advertised. The workhorse from Whitehorse, guys. He's a lot of fun to watch. Again, another one from Stevie. Bjork has some speed and vision. He does. He looked good tonight. Again, maybe this is all adrenaline, and he's just high off this opportunity he's getting to play that he wasn't getting in Boston, and he's just running away with it. I hope this continues. He looks good out there. I know we all jumped the gun on Bjork, myself included, thinking what the hell, like why? Well, now I'm kind of happy we got that piece back, because he's playing very well. And again, I'm all about this youth movement. Give me the youth. Get rid of the older players off this team that have been kind of wasting a roster spot for a long time, and just bring in the youth. I'm so about that. This game is built on speed anyway, so let's just put all our youth on the ice and just see what we can get out of here for the rest of the season. Good, man. Just bought a Cozens jersey. I love to see it. It's been a lot of fun watching this hockey team. I will say that. I hope this gets Eichel hyped up. So do I, man. I really do. So do too. I hope he's at home watching rehabbing and just watching his team and just getting excited, because you add him to this mix and this is an even more dangerous hockey team. And I know I'm calling the Buffalo Sabres dangerous because they are. They're feeling dangerous. They're feeling that swagger. That swagger that's been missing all season. They're playing with a ton of swagger right now. Trade Risto in the offseason. I don't disagree with that. Do I think it's going to happen? I don't know. I really don't know if it's going to happen. He's lasted this long. We've seen how well he's played with McCabe. I think that this organization will keep running with that. It just sucks because, Risto's play declines a lot, without McCabe. And if McCabe gets hurt again, what are you supposed to do? Again, comment on Olofsson. Yes, he's looked like a better 5-on-5 player under Granato. We've criticized a lot of him that he can only play produce in the power play. That's not the case, man. I think it really does seem like he's just turned into a better two-way hockey player. He's skating better in transition. It just looks a lot fun. He, off the rush, he looks better. So it's been a lot of fun to watch this hockey team. I can't wait to see what's in store. I didn't know. I didn't realize. Are you sure McCabe's a UFA? I don't know. I'm not familiar. If he is, I think they re-sign him anyways because he's an assistant captain. He is a leader on that team, and I don't hate Jake McCabe. I think he does a very good job defensively. He's probably your best defensive defenseman, and he's probably a leader in that locker room too. He's the former Team USA captain. From the World Juniors. So I like having Jake McCabe on this hockey team. Okay, thank you for confirming that, Doug. He is a UFA. I think they bring him back. I think Jake McCabe probably wants to come back. I think he probably takes a lot of pride in the leadership role he has on this team. So we'll see what happens here, guys. It's just snorting Bjork straight off the toilet seat. I'm man, high on success. I love it. Steve, I love it, buddy. Producer Steve there. Gotta love it. Guys, this has been real. Had a lot of fun with you tonight. Let's go Sabres. It feels good. It feels so good to come on with you guys and have great things to say, have fun things to say, not yell, rip my shirt off, throw things at my house, scare my dog out of my anger. It's so nice to have fun things to say. It's a breath of fresh air. I know this team isn't going anywhere playoff wise, but let's relish in these last 13 games. Let's have fun with it and watch these kids perform. And let's see if they can play good enough to help Granato keep his job. Where's Skim? This guy right here, he ordered a Where's Kim jersey from onebuffalo.com, and they actually made it and they delivered it to him. Unbelievable. You go to at 2 goalies 1 Mike to check it out. It's an absolute beauty. I can't say enough. And remember, guys, if you do go out for the game, make sure you check out Amherst Ale House. Has a lot of great drink specials. Again, can't stress that enough. Half off medium pepperoni pizzas. Just call them ahead of time if you can't eat in. 716-625-7100. I've been there plenty of times. Unbelievable food. I'm a big food guy, not a huge drinker, but again, half off Labatt Blue and Blue Light, Molson and Coors Light pitchers during all Sabres games. So for the last 13 games, make sure you get out there, check it out, and go to manscaped.com. When you use the code word Trainwreck, you get 20% off your entire purchase plus free shipping. That's at manscaped.com. Code word Trainwreck, all capital letters, TRAINWRECK. 20% off your entire purchase plus free shipping. Get yourself the Lawnmower 3.0. Built-in flashlight, has a guard to avoid all those nicks and cuts, and it's waterproof. So if you're in a hurry, got a hot date, got to get a quick shave in, bring it in the shower with you, quick shave, you're ready to go for the night. Guys, it's been real. Have a great night. And 3 words, let's go Sabres.